Hey guys, CJ here, and welcome to a video on my setup. It's not very beautiful or anything. It's basically here for whatever the hell I want to do. So yeah, let's get right in. So to start off, this isn't very elaborate at all. I have a HP 25ES monitor here. It's 1080 by 1440 or something like that. It's only 1080p, it's not 4K. This thing wouldn't be able to run it. I'll get to that later. CyberPower PC keyboard. I bought a pre-built gaming computer basically for the fact that it was cheaper than anything I could build for like $400, $500. I got it on sale for like $400 exactly, not including tax, because when I bought it, I was at my grandmother's house in Delaware, so I was actually able to get it free of tax, and free shipping for in 4 days, which actually shipped in only like 2. Actually, here I got a pretty nice mouse. I have a Razer Naga 2014. I love it. I actually got this one for free. It's normally like $70. Basically, my dad's coworker didn't like the mouse, and I never knew that. Apparently, if you click, if the computer's off, it turns on. My dad's coworker at work didn't like it, and he got it for free somehow. I don't know how. And he just gave it to my dad, and my dad was like, "This is a gaming mouse." It says it on the bottom, actually, somewhere. Gaming mouse, right there. So my dad just gave it to me because he knew there was software for it, and I've been using it ever since. My PlayStation controller. If some of my videos over the summer looked really, really slow and I had really bad ping, this was it. This is a really cheap USB 2.0 Wi-Fi adapter. I was at my grandmother's. I was actually using a big TV, 1080p screen TV, and this for internet. And that was like a setup because I wanted to use it, make videos for you guys, and yeah. This thing actually came with it. Came with this. And I actually use this for USB 2.0 USB things, so I don't have to use up a USB 3.0 port on the top of my PC. This is actually goes right behind my desk here and underneath the monitor stand, and plugs into the back of my PC with a USB 2.0 port. I actually would not be able to plug this into a USB 3.0 port and run it at USB 3.0 because of the fact that up here is a USB 2.0 port, and this would just end up bottlenecking the PC, so it doesn't make a difference either way. I actually use it for this, which is actually a really fast. This is like the latest gen USB 2.0 USB stick, and I actually use this when I do videos on my PlayStation. I actually use this because it's 64 gigabytes. I can actually get off everything I want off of my PlayStation and onto my PC in one go instead of having to use like a 16 or 8 gigabyte flash drive. This we've used in the past with Kyle's phone. It's a micro USB end here, so you can plug it right into any Samsung phone or any Android phone that uses this plug. This is the LED remote for my PC. This was actually the selling point for the PC because there are a lot of PCs within the price range with like exactly the same specs. So I actually ended up going with this because of the LED, and it was a full tower. So I was actually I'm actually able to upgrade it, which actually soon in during Christmas, I actually might be able to get an RX 480 and shove it into this thing and get way better content for you guys. Behind here, since the monitor doesn't actually have built-in speakers, because it doesn't matter, I really didn't care if I had built-in speakers or not, I have Alltech Lansing Lansing speakers. They are actually like early 2000 speakers for like an early Dell or HP desktop. I use them because I really don't care, because I really don't use outside speakers much, because you guys can probably hear an echo right now because there's this big open spot, and right through there is actually where the family room is, with the big TV and everything, where everybody actually usually sits. So I really don't end up using speakers much. So this desk actually got from Staples for like $50. It's actually really small, and if you see, if I actually push the keyboard all the way over, I only have like about this much room for my mouse. So I honestly end up just pulling this off a little bit, so I have a lot more room for like my FPS games and everything. I'm using a piece of paper as a trackpad right now. I really don't care. It's good enough. Then this has a bottom area. This isn't for feet or anything. This is for like a printer. I actually have a PlayStation 4 here. It's plugged right into the back of this monitor. So, yeah. That little white box right there, right off that orange thing, is actually where I'm getting my Ethernet for my desktop. It's a wireless It's another wireless adapter like the one on my desk right there, but it's connected directly to the router, and this and the router share have its own like IP connected to it. So only that runs off of the connection off of the router and this. So I actually get way better Ethernet. First of all, my PC is connected to Ethernet, so it's better than USB, and this has a better connection than that because this is built and designed for a lot of like phones and stuff connected to it. So if I just have I'm the only one that runs off of this ever. Only with my PS4 and my desktop are never at the same time. So I get the best connection upstairs. Yes, I do have something that actually protects me from surges because I'm not dumb. I don't want to ruin a PC that I just got. I got this also at Staples for another $50. It's actually really comfortable because of this mesh backing, and there's actually a lot of comfort in this. And I really do like these armrests, although they're just hard plastic. So into the PC. It's actually, as you can see, a CyberPower PC desktop. So it comes pre-built, and it has a SATA, only a SATA 2. You're gonna hear it be loud. That's just because of the fan starting up. It has a SATA 2 motherboard. It has an FX. I forget what CPU, but it has an FX card, so it's AMD. It has a 2013 graphics card. Don't know the name of it, but it's 2013, so you know it's already on the brink of not being usable anymore. So it's like to the point of where I have to get an RX 40 if I want to do YouTube. It actually is at that point. 300 watt power supply. That's all this running off of it. So I'm gonna have to upgrade the power supply, and I'm probably gonna get like a 750 watt power supply so I can do like more upgrades in the future, and probably a gold edition. It has a 1 terabyte Toshiba drive right there at 7200 RPM. 8 gigabytes of RAM. I forget who that's made by. It has a disk drive. I just booted it up, so it has a disk drive, not Blu-ray, but I don't really use discs anyway. And then actually, you might be able to see it. Hold on a second. If I power on these LEDs and turn it to white, there's a lot of dust in it. It's because I really didn't clean it out when I added. Where is it? It's actually right in this cage right here. You can't see it, but it's actually a 128 gigabyte SSD by SanDisk. That's for, I have Adobe Premiere Pro loaded onto that, and I run it off of that, so it's faster at reading and faster at actually rendering my videos, and that goes right into the videos of my hard drive. Now you guys may be saying, oh, my hard drive is bottlenecking the SSD, but not really, because the SSD will carry the information on it. It doesn't fully load it onto the hard drive until it's fully done rendering. So after it's all done rendering off the SSD, it'll boot right to the hard drive afterwards. That's how I have it set up as of now. You might be able to see this, but that is a light blue cord. That is a darker blue cord right there where my finger ends. That is actually the SSD cord, and that is this one right here down there. is actually the one I bought from Best Buy to plug my SSD in. My SSD requires SATA 3, but this is only the motherboard only supports SATA 2. So either way, something is bottlenecking the SSD from it fully reaching its capability. Eventually, I'm going to hopefully upgrade that motherboard. This is what I'm probably going to do. For Christmas, I'm probably going to ask for an RX 480, so I automatically have better graphics experiences, and you guys, I can run at higher settings than this graphics card right here. And then over the summer when I work again, this is how I paid for the whole PC, was I worked. I am probably going to upgrade the motherboard, so it's SATA 3. So it at least has SATA 3 and dual graphics cards capability. So in future, if I want to get another RX 480 and run them in Crossfire, I'll be able to get like the full experience of a 1080. That's actually really good. And then I'm going to because this is only a SATA 2 cord anyway, I'm probably going to have to end up buying a SATA 3 cord so I can actually run my SSD at full capability and have everything run smoothly on my PC. Now, you guys are probably wondering why I didn't just run Windows 10 off of this 1TB disk, why I'm running it off of this 1TB disk and never loaded it onto the SSD. Like I said, it was pre-built, so I automatically went on that hard drive, and I didn't feel like putting it on there. This is a mess of wires. I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do with all this and make this all look pretty. And then behind me, I have just a big bookshelf. So this is where we keep our printer at home. That's a mouse mat that the mouse really doesn't. It likes the mouse mat. Problem is, it has a curve in it for no reason. So it doesn't. So I have to figure out a way to make it flat again. Books, old books, a lot of old books, and then that's like paper and supplies and stuff for it. This board I try to use for scheduling stuff, but it always ends up getting written on or something. And then I'm a Razer fanboy, so I have a Razer desktop background. It's 31st today at 2:50 Eastern Standard Time. So I haven't talked about mic yet. And that's where these come in. These are the Razer Kraken Pro. I'm actually probably going to do a beautiful shot of these later. And my mic quality isn't that good, but you have to remember it's a headset. They're made more for audio than they are for the mic built in, which is right here. This actually pulls out, so if I flip it, and this actually pulls right on out. So like most headsets, it's adjustable like this. I really like these for audio. I'm definitely going to buy eventually a Razer Kraken, not a Razer Kraken, a Razer Siren Pro, and probably right in this corner right here have like a mic stand and have it up and come over so my face, because I sit like here, I'll probably have it like right here so I can just talk into it. Again, Razer fanboy, and it actually has just as good quality, or a little bit better, and it's set up a little bit better than a Razer, a Yeti ice ball or something like that. You know, you guys know probably what I'm talking about. That is basically my whole setup. This monitor runs beautifully, the mouse runs beautifully. Honestly, I can't wait till I get an RX 480 so I can shove it into this thing, have a better graphics experience. So you guys saw what happened with the Spooky's House of Jump Scares. I forget what it's called now. Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion. That's what it's called now. That was OBS messing up for some stupid reason. I have to look into the settings and figure out what's wrong with it. It's not my PC. I know that for a fact. Yeah, I'm gonna set this all. I'm gonna set this to green. I'm gonna set this to green. I'm probably gonna eventually get a Razer keyboard, and I'm gonna probably, so it has backlights. I'm probably gonna set that to green, just so this is green, that's green, and this is green. This is actually like a gray, but it's kind of greeny too. So everything will probably match. It'll probably be all black and green, and then silver here, and this is going to be silver as more of a highlight. I'm I'm next to a giant window, so that happens when I'm trying to do stuff. It's actually not that bad when they're closed, so as you can see, the lighting is actually pretty decent. The lighting right here is bad because of the monitor. I have a bulletin board right here. I actually don't know what that... Oh, it's a picture of my sister and I. I'm actually going to try to figure out what I want to put here for the YouTube channel. And then, when I'm not doing all that, I have these two beanbag chairs that my mom got. This is a bigger seat, and this is a love chair, and another glass table. There's a lot of glass in this house. And then an IKEA. This is actually an IKEA TV stand and a Samsung TV, 60-inch. Forget what actually it is, but it's a few years old. It's actually dying, so there's like black lines. I won't turn it on, but there's actually black lines going through it. So eventually get a new one of these. My PlayStation used to be in here, in this hole right here, but then I decided, why would I do that when I can just put it underneath my desk and have everything right there, and all I'd have to do is plug in a USB into my PlayStation and right into my computer. Now, I don't know if this is a thing or not, but I want to see if it's possible to get a male-to-male cable, plug it into my PlayStation, and plug that right into my computer, and just see if I don't even need to use the flash drive and just plug it right in. Probably not, because it's Samsung and who knows. And that's about it. This is my dog. Hey, Mama. Hey, girl. She's old. She's like 9, 10. But that's all for today, guys. That's all I have for today. Comment anything that you think I missed or you would like to see. That's all. Peace.